Hello traders, this is Mike Billion. Today is February 23rd, 2017, and let's talk about the market. Let's start with Nordstrom. Nordstrom just reported earnings a few minutes ago, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't totally good enough to break out this bearish flat. It finished the day on the daily chart right at the support, and it's just up 2%. So it's still inside the bearish flat, which is bad for the stock because it made it vulnerable or increase the probability that we're gonna break down finally when the market starts switching to the bearish side. This is gonna be vulnerable. It's gonna break down easily. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see how it opens. If it doesn't break out tomorrow with the earnings report, I don't think this is gonna break out later. I think it's just gonna break down the support, and I don't see any support below $43. So let's see what happens. Now let's talk about the other ones that I have on my watch list. I wanted to include Gap, which is in the same field that Nordstrom, and you can see here the Fibonacci 30 is the major resistance, and the support is at $21. So it's just moving sideways between those two Fibonacci. DMI is at 12, meaning that it's getting so low, so a major move is coming. Right now, I cannot tell you which one has more probability. I have to wait until see if it's in the 26 or in the 21. For now, just keep it on your watch list. Now let's talk about JCPenney. I include this one because I was asked about this one. So this one is a dead horse. Nothing here. You break down, and for 3 years have moving sideways between $10 and $6. It's right at the support. If you break down below 6, then this thing can get really ugly. But usually there's always some news about taking over, so usually bounce when they see that it's coming down. They send some rumors and it bounce. So it's hard to trade this one at the bottom thinking that it's gonna bounce because anything can happen. So stay away from this one. It's a dead horse. Now let's talk about the spider. I wanted to show you the spider because I talked about the S&P yesterday in my last video, and I say that it's trending very nicely inside this channel right here, and it's at the top of Fibonacci 237. There's a divergence in the DMI, but when there's a divergence, it can also mean that it's gonna move sideways, meaning it can move below 237 for a couple days and then continue. So usually it goes down when it's a divergence, but it's also a 30% probability that it just moves sideways right here and then continue. So let's see what happens, because all the indicators are in the overbought zone, so I don't recommend here buying anything in the spider. Just wait for a better entry. But it's bullish. Don't lie to yourself, it's bullish. This is a trade that I entered yesterday. It looks like it's working because it confirms this triangle wedge breakout, but I see there is some resistance at 114 because it was resistant back in May 2016. We failed right here for 3 days trying to break out this level, and we failed for 114 to $97. So if you break out right here, I don't see any resistance to go to the 120, which is a nice trade. Now DMI is a perfect DMI because the directional is dominating, the plus directional, and the minus directional is heading down. But it has a lot of room for us to go to 120. I think Monsanto is a high probability trade that is going to break out 114 and it's going to go to 120. So this is a nice trade. Let's see if it works, because not all the good trades or the good charts that you trade, not all of them work. It doesn't matter how good trader you are. So always use money management. That's the key of making money trading. Money management. Don't never forget about that. It's money management. Doesn't matter how good you are charting and trades and making good trades. So this is everything for today. Trade on. Que me